Good day. As part of our Design 1 final exam, we are tasked to design a pandemic ready home residence for a family of six. The design brief. COVID 19 has profoundly changed our lives, causing tremendous human suffering and challenging the most basic foundations of societal well being. Beyond the immediate impacts on health, jobs, and incomes, the epidemic is increasing people's anxiety and worry, affecting their social relations, their trust in other people and in institutions, their personal security and sense of belonging. COVID 19 has causing tremendous human suffering with serious and long term implications for people's health, well being, and quality of life, as well as imposing a huge toll in terms of anxiety and worry. While governments need to act swiftly and decisively to contain the spread of the virus, countries also need to assess the impacts of the disease and the countermeasures on all aspects of people's lives, especially those most vulnerable, and integrate these distributional impacts in the response. Our idea is to maximize the family's living space that they can have a more comfortable home. The COVID 19 pandemic had a particularly negative impact on children and families, interrupting routines, affecting relationships and roles, and causing changes to normal child care, school, and leisure activities. We are forced to quarantine in our houses due to the COVID 19 and prefer to study online as a result. As a side effect, the family is complete in the house, and each family member normally requires space for their individual hobbies. We propose a design to increase the house's square footage. An addition begins with careful planning, one that complements the current floor plan and blends in with the home's facade. This pandemic-ready house design is suitable for a family having six members, located at Lot 45, Block 3, Victoria City, Negros Occidental. A 240 square meter inside lot having four bedrooms including the master bedroom with toilet and bath each rooms. Also, this house design has a two-study room intended for working and for school, has a mini gym, and the terrace outside the house is the two-car capacity carport. When building begins, the contractor will usually remove a piece of the existing external wall, frame the new space, and add a roof, all of which will be perfectly blended into the existing design of the property. Expansions to the main floor are a terrific method to add more floor space for general usage or to increase a bedroom. In this approach, we can establish a safe space for family members to do their activities without having to worry about working or studying, and it can also be used for family quality time with the provided space. Next is the design approach. We use the sustainable and practical approach. One of the most common architectural approaches in the last 10 years is the sustainable approach. Everyone wants a green, eco-friendly building, and to achieve that, we need to incorporate sustainable design from the very beginning. Since it's a pandemic-ready residence, we want a relaxing and a calm home away from the toxics outside and away from stress. The most used approach is the practical design strategy. This strategy is just how it sounds practical. Within this architectural approach, the architect is using the most practical materials, the most efficient design, and overall, a traditionalist strategy. This is the most cost-efficient approach to architecture.
The Site Development Plan.
As COVID 19 spread from China to the rest of the world, it became a pandemic with devastating effects on national health care systems and the global economy. Architects were trapped indoors, worried about the future, and scrambling to stay relevant and needed as clients fled or postponed major projects. The closure had a significant impact on the industry, with the Architectural Billings Index, which is used to forecast non residential development prospect, falling by the most in a single month since the American Institute of Architects created the economic indicator 25 years ago. More than 8 out of 10 architectural companies assessed by the AIA had applied for funding by April. Can we recover anything of the old illusion of eliminating these barriers now that everyone on Earth must carefully assess the benefits and risk of crossing the threshold between private and public space, between indoors and outdoors? What happens to our desire for structure that encourage wandering, promiscuous discovery, and spontaneous social connection when a best hope for slowing and limiting the coronavirus is cautious management of movement and strict observance of social distancing? The Blur building, designed by Elizabeth Diller and Ricardo Scofidio, was one of the new millennium's most famous architectural events. It was a makeshift edifice whose sole purpose was to thrill and perhaps disturbs its passers-by, to provide an escape from everyday worries and concerns. But it also brought to life aspirations that have been animating architects for at least a century: to construct spaces where the inside and outside flow into one another, to dematerialize structure from stone and steel into something more fluid, dynamic, and permeable. Enlightened designers understand that in order to escape the environmental challenges of the mid century suburb, if we are to live peacefully in close quarters, urban life must be full of interaction and social activity. We must live in fluid, multi generational societies in order to maintain social stability throughout generation, integrating rather than separating the young, middle aged, and the old. COVID 19, however, has put all of this jeopardy, not merely lofty concepts about dense, socially varied, politically involved cities. We were inspired to build this residential house by ensuring that it was as secure as possible for families. We get them to a place where they are safe and secure, free of the perils that the virus has given us. We make it convenient for the whole family. Passive strategies, such as considering sun orientation and climate when siting and being thoughtful about window placement and operation, are used to best manage daylighting and natural ventilation and go a long way in reducing energy requirements for the building. In certain climates, thermal mass techniques can be used to harness solar energy. In such cases, thick walls absorb heat from the sun during the day and release it into the building at night. Since it's a pandemic ready residence, we take into consideration the safety of the family members from the virus by putting wash area outside before entering the house. Also, we take into consideration that in today's time, most people stay at home whether it's for work or for school. This house design has a two study area or office area to be used by the family members for work and for school. This gives privacy and separates the area of work from the area of fun. It has also a mini gym and a back porch for relaxation or coffee session with family. Since going outside is very limited, this house design is a full package combining the outdoor and indoor activities. One of the unique features of the house is the window situated in the corner of the front gate. It is for the delivery orders and parcel orders. It limits you to go outside of your house to get your order. Also, it is for safety against the virus. We all know an elevation plan is an orthographic projection drawing that shows one side of the house. As you can see that our elevation has a purpose to show the finished appearance of a given side of the house and furnish vertical height dimensions. Four elevation are customarily drawn, one for each side of the house, which is the front view, the right side view, the left side view, and the rear view. The elevation plan is a view of a building seen from one side. It is a two-dimensional flat representation of one facade. It displays heights of key features of the development in relation to a fixed point such as natural ground level. As you can see, the second floor, the right side view of the elevation of the second floor, which is the outer should is 900 meters, whereas the interior is 320 meters. As for the apex of roof level, the outside is 2 meters, while the inside is 1.50 meters. Moving on to the front view of our floor plan elevation, the second floor also ranges from the outside is 9 meters and the inside is 3.20 meters, which is, you can see, it is elevated. And the apex of the roof level is still the same, which is the outside is 2.0 meters and the interior is 1.50 meters, whereas the first floor level is 3.30 meters.
Oh, 1 mile in fog patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above me. Night breezes seem to whisper sycamore tree. Dream a little dreamer. Night breezes seem to whisper that you. Waiting, but I love you. Still craving your kiss. Dream a little dreamer. Night breezes seem to whisper that you.
Suggestion that Saturday night, sensational double